The region surrounding Witbank Dam, long admired more for its scenic beauty than for political controversy, was shaken this week by an unexpected scandal. The stillness of the night was shattered when two senior municipal officials were suddenly arrested by the Hawks, South Africa's elite crime-fighting unit. The Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation had been observing the situation for months, carefully conducting undercover planning and gathering intelligence before finally carrying out their decisive operation. What followed was a gripping sting operation that sent shockwaves through the community, rattled the political scene, and drew the nation's attention. Two members of the mayoral committee, aligned with the African National Congress, were detained after allegedly accepting a large cash payment at a discreet location near the dam. The public is now left questioning what truly occurred that night, how deep the corruption may run, and what these revelations could mean for Elon's future and South Africa's wider political climate. To make sense of these events, one must consider the broader issues surrounding local governance, systemic corruption, and the responsibilities of municipal leaders across the country. Imulani, once recognized for its coal mining industry and industrial strength, has in recent years become a symbol of concern over service delivery failures and municipal accountability. For a long time, the local government has faced heavy criticism for crumbling infrastructure, stagnant economic growth, and poor public services. Although residents consistently voiced their frustration, genuine reform proved elusive. Whispers of corruption had floated around for years, but solid proof was always lacking. That is precisely why the Hawks' recent sting carries such significance. Reports suggest investigators had been following numerous leads and signals pointing toward shady dealings among Imulani municipal officials. Allegations indicated that certain members of the mayoral committee were soliciting bribes from contractors and business owners in exchange for access to profitable municipal tenders. These contracts decide who builds roads, repairs water systems, and manages essential public projects. When such decisions happen in secrecy, public trust inevitably crumbles, and many believe that is exactly what unfolded here. On Tuesday evening, the Hawks finally made their move. Acting on carefully compiled intelligence and supported by covert surveillance, they arrested two senior officials suspected of corruption. Sources close to the investigation claim the officials were caught in the very act of accepting a hefty sum of cash from unidentified individuals. The sting was executed in a secluded spot near Witbank Dam, far from public view, yet close enough to spark alarm about the scale of corruption networks operating behind the scenes. While the exact figure remains undisclosed, authorities confirmed the amount was substantial enough to serve as central evidence in what they describe as a months-long investigation into municipal corruption. At a press briefing the following day, Brigadier Tandine Bambo of the Hawks confirmed the arrests and outlined key details. She emphasized that the action formed part of a broader investigation into widespread corruption within the municipality. Her words were measured but firm. She revealed that intelligence had indicated municipal officials were both soliciting and accepting bribes in exchange for favorable treatment in awarding contracts. According to her, the two suspects were apprehended on site and found in possession of the illicit funds. Although their names have not been formally released, several sources within Imulani municipality claim the arrested officials hold portfolios related to infrastructure and local economic development. These are particularly influential positions, overseeing major budgets and directing community development projects. Should the allegations prove true, the consequences would be severe. It would suggest that critical public resources were siphoned off for private gain, potentially over an extended period. This may also explain why so many public projects stalled or why basic services declined despite approved budgets. The African National Congress in the Nangala region also issued a statement in response. Regional spokesperson Sayo Malono expressed deep concern, saying, "We are deeply disturbed by these allegations." The ANC remains committed to rooting out corruption in all spheres of government. If our members are found guilty, they must face the full might of the law. While the statement demonstrates alarm, it also reflects the political strain incidents like this create. The ANC leadership may attempt to distance itself from implicated members, but the party is under increasing pressure to repair its reputation ahead of looming elections. The local community has meanwhile responded with a mixture of outrage, relief, and cautious optimism. Many residents see the arrests as long overdue. Civic groups, such as the Imulani Civic Forum, welcome the Hawks' swift action. One local leader, Thelanin Kosi, remarked, "For too long, corruption has eroded service delivery and public trust. We commend the Hawks for their swift action." These words echo long-standing frustrations. Citizens are weary of empty promises and now demand real accountability from elected officials. Still, urgent questions remain unanswered. Who else may be involved? Could there be more arrests? Are these events isolated, or part of a deeply entrenched network? The Hawks have hinted at additional arrests as the investigation unfolds. This has already shaken the local political scene, with insiders reportedly trying to distance themselves from those implicated. The coming weeks could be highly revealing, particularly as the arrested officials face their first court appearances. Looking ahead, the situation presents both risks and opportunities. On one hand, the arrest may pave the way for reforms in Imulani, potentially fostering greater transparency and accountability. They could lead to compromised leaders being replaced by officials genuinely committed to public service. On the other hand, these outcomes depend heavily on the strength of the legal process, the political will to act decisively, and persistent pressure from civil society to demand lasting change. Ultimately, this case is about far more than two officials caught taking bribes. It exposes systemic weaknesses that allow such conduct to flourish. At its heart, it is about rebuilding the bond between citizens and their government. It is about proving that justice can prevail, even when the odds appear stacked against it. Thank you for watching. If this report brought clarity, don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications so you never miss important updates like this. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you believe these arrests will truly bring change in Imulani? Share your views in the comments. And if you feel more people should know about this, remember to like and share the video. Stay tuned for continuing coverage of this unfolding story. Above all, remember, your voice matters.